Barrett Brown is a journalist activist who became known through his work with Anonymous, and he landed on the radar of the FBI through his investigations of the private intelligence contracting industry. His case has gone on for over 2 years now, and his sentencing was delayed several times. Finally, yesterday, in the second half of the sentencing hearing, the judge imposed a sentence. It was really quite extraordinary because the judge essentially agreed with the government on most of the sentencing enhancements which they had proposed, overruling the defense's objections. He did not seem to understand what the public impact of this case would be. He dismissed out of hand the mitigating factors of Brown's mental state when he made the videos. In fact, he was more concerned about the chilling effects on FBI agents in conducting their investigations than any chilling effects on journalists who paste links. I think any journalists in the United States should be concerned about the precedent that this sets for people who share information, people who report on hacking, or those who use hackers as sources, or who do computer security research and things of that nature. But even just anyone who shares a link without knowing what exactly is in it. They've set an unreasonable expectation here that you should know that for certain that the link you're sharing doesn't contain stolen credit cards or things of that nature before doing so.
And what is the importance of the information that he provided about Stratfor? Who is Stratfor Intelligence and its role?
Well, yes, Stratfor is a private intelligence firm. They're much like a private version of the CIA. They do global analysis and generate reports which people subscribe to and receive these reports. As a result of the emails that were leaked to WikiLeaks, there's several things came out of there. They were conducting surveillance of Occupy Wall Street, going after activists in Bhopal, India, and even targeting PETA at the best of Coca-Cola. Brown actually did most of his work on the H.B. Gary emails and looking at things like persona management and the Team Themis scandal, which you mentioned, more than he had a chance really to look into Stratfor.
I wanted to go to that issue of H.B. Gary. By analyzing the information from the H.B. Gary hack, Barrett Brown discovered the security firm's plan to undermine journalist Glenn Greenwald's defense of WikiLeaks. One slide read, "Without the support of people like Glenn, WikiLeaks would fold." H.B. Gary intended to spread disinformation to discredit both Glenn Greenwald and WikiLeaks. In the documentary We're Legion, the director spoke to former H.B. Gary CEO Aaron Barr about these plans.
It seems like you're trying to attack a journalist here.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk too much more about Glenn Greenwald, but other than, what I previously said is, there was never an intent to attack journalists. Not on my part, nor I guess I should say I should generalize that and to say that I would never just outwardly attack a journalist, other than if I felt that there was a journalist in my mind that was acting unethically. That that is that's a fair game for having a public discussion about.
That's former H.B. Gary CEO Aaron Barr in the documentary We Are Legion. Of course, Glenn Greenwald will go on to win the Pulitzer Prize. Kevin Gallagher, the significance of what Barrett Brown did in relation to H.B. Gary, and as we wrap up, what the sentencing says to people in this country.
Well, it says that they should be very concerned about the state of press freedom in this country. The U.S. has dropped in their ranking on press freedom, as told by Reporters Without Borders, in fact, due to this case specifically. As far as H.B. Gary, one of the biggest things that Brown found in there was a program called Romas Coin, which was this mobile phone application proposal to target the Arab world. And, to me, this is on par with any report that you've seen from the Snowden documents. And this was discovered 2 years before Snowden even came forward.
And that sentencing, he will spend how long in jail?
Well, he's been sentenced to 63 months, which is the maximum under the guidelines which the judge calculated according to the offense levels. But he could be out within 1 or 2 years if he completes an in-prison drug rehab program. And, you know, the bottom line is this is not going to deter him from doing his work, which is writing, making people laugh through his hilarious column, and investigating government wrongdoing.